And welcome back. We're picking up where we left off last time in Terra Invicta on the current patch of 1.0.26 as the initiative. This run was started on release candidate 6, and this is the second part of this stream. Right now we're trying to get the nobles sorted. We did try to take good ones at Mercury, and then, well, to be fair, the people who took them from did not resist. Well, I suppose the Marines probably had some resistance when they stormed the base, but the problem that got in our way was the aliens came down and kind of went like, yeah, you're not allowed to have those. Although they didn't come from the base where the ships are stationed to go take it back, so we'll probably take them back, given enough time. We're waiting for a new batch to expand the Marines. The Marines are a little bit more capable at taking these bases. Humanity First did have one base that was resisting. That's why they've now got 2 down there. So we're going to wait 28 days, and then we're going to attempt another landing.
Reaching out.
You've lined your pockets enough. In the name of progress, we must stand against you.
They say that. And to be fair, they're not completely wrong. I don't think there's anything they are willing to sell us that we want to buy. I might buy that truce. We'll see if they're willing to accept for reasonable. 10,000. 15,000. 20,000. Yeah, so they're not willing to be bribed to truce. If they're not willing to be bribed to truce, there's nothing we really want off of them. If they don't want any of our projects that we share, or that we could share. I even can't give them stuff. Okay. This negotiation's over.
We'll open a channel.
Hatred does not come easily to us, but for you leeches, we will make an exception.
They say that, but yet they're still going to take our cold, hard cash.
Offering assistance.
These guys happen to be running a drive that is fuel efficient enough. There we go. These guys are running, what, the old... Oh, these guys aren't necessarily running something that's old. These guys are running actually something that's newer. These guys are running the new fusion drives. I think that's what they're running. Oh no, they're running the light bulb. They're running the old fission drives. Okay. Still, a lot cheaper in the noble to metal department. Even the new generation ships will be fairly cheap in the noble department.
We've moved the needle.
200 something each, and I'd like to build like fleets of 10 of them. So, I suppose the question is:
we're winning their hearts and minds.
Do I build Mercury or Mars first, or do I build another one on Earth and then we can stop flying the old ones? 3 Mercury orbits. So that's the Mercury shipyards functional. We now have the capacity to be building 10 at a time. Yeah, still have the capacity to build a full 10 at a time down at Mercury. So once we get the nobles, we're going to get the whole fleet going at once.
By the numbers.
Ooh, got a full 6 from that location. Working on the antimatter plasma drive. Or the reactor that goes with the drive, obviously. And we can do the drive afterwards. You can see how that lines up on the ships. That may be more viable for us to build. It may not be. Not sure what the balance is going to be in the Nobles in the final design. And the Nobles is the bottleneck. Although, I could definitely imagine the antimatter becoming the bottleneck real quick afterwards.
Where do you need me?
Because we only got one antimatter place location going. Ooh, the resistance. The resistance is definitely the most to reach out to and say hi.
Ready for my mission.
And that's because they're the ones we're on the friendliest terms with. And we know they've had untouched noble metal mines going for quite a while. So they likely also have the most value
Taking it to them.
to trade with. Gonna not confuse the Mercury and the Moon. So the Mercury fleet, it's time for you to descend back to low Mercury orbit and start making acquisitions again.
Making contact.
You ooze selfishness from every pore, but so long as you don't stand in our way, we good.
Ooh, they're not willing to trade nobles. Shame. They might be willing to trade the base though, which would be almost as good. Okay. Take me to Mercury. How expensive would the base be? Maybe a little concerned about the fact there's 12 alien ships floating around Mercury as well. We'd ideally want one of the nobles. Let's say Chow Men Fu. Meng Fu. Is that on this list? This is a list of the bases they're willing to sell us. So that appears to be a no, unless it's the base is named differently than the crater. Okay, the crater is the location. The base is Sabutai. Sabutai base. Sabutai base. Yes, they are willing to trade us that base. I'm even willing to give them some space resources for that to set them up for trying to get new bases. I think they're too willing to take me to the cleaners on this. Yeah. No. That base isn't worth that much. Oh, and they're probably not going to value that very much because they've got those resources in spades. Okay. Maybe some water. 3,000 water. 2,000? 1,000 worth? Yeah. Might even go for less than that. 800 is good enough. Okay. We'll give them. We'll take the radar so France. Don't need the radar so that bad, but at least we're trading with them. Iraq has been liberated. Well, part of Iraq has been liberated.
Hatred does not come easily to us, but for you leeches, we will make an exception.
We have given them a bunch of money at this point, so... Yeah. Yeah, that's all the medals we're going to get. I'm not willing to open negotiation. I'm not willing to run my money that much lower than that. Acquisition time. The servants have a base. Yeah, no, the servants don't get to have a base. Excuse me. Construction, solar, outpost mining complex. Yeah, that seems fine for tier 1 base. That's ours now. Of course, we build the mine. Rebuild the mine, please. And we'll put a... Actually, we got one building in orbit. I'm not going to buy the construction sector. We'll just let it build. Just let it build as is. That'll be fine. 8% without repairs. Okay, we gotta go back up to orbit to get repaired. I could actually take the full burn up there and just do the refueling. We'll just do that.
Public sentiment is increasingly with us. The people will come to our side.
%93%. Yes, I think that's much better odds. There's an exotic, which is why we weren't having the ultraviolets pop up, because I had an exotic. Good to know. One of them immediately pops up, yeah. There we go. Put it back at the top. Phaser batteries. I should do this at some point because this will buff the batteries on all our defensive positions. I don't really need this for the fleet, though. Bootstrap, Space Resort. Just in case we do, might as well do this before I accidentally do some propaganda. Although, no, we got the Kale Fight in progress now. Listening post. Let's get the listening post levels going. Yeah. Sadly, this is not research, although this is ops. And if we get enough of these Earth... Less interested in the oppression, because I tend not to run oppression, but detection for enemy counselors is useful. Done on the 1st of November, or December. That'll be nice and quick. Base is captured. Of course, the mine gets destroyed in the raid. Okay, we got enough power to power that up. Former military science, don't care, don't care, don't care. Solar collector, probably don't need it. Operations center, don't need it. Farm. Farm's probably worth rebuilding, so we'll rebuild the farm. The marine platoon, military science, no, okay. We can construction module, leave the construction module. Solar array is fine. LDA is fine. Yeah, it is an argument to build an infector, but now we'll use the construction module as it is. Find the moment. And this has got pretty good nobles, so it is actually a little tempting to say maybe put the admin tower here for the extra noble production. 5% more nobles is worth the noble cost. We got power for the operations center, so let's an operations center. So farm, operations center, LDA to protect the place, solar array to power the place, construction module to make everything we're building build faster. And I think that is probably the minimum requirements we want here. That'll be fine. That'll be fine for now. And then the rest are all servant bases, or not servant, resistance bases. We'll let the resistance have the resistance bases until the resistance breaks their aggression back. There's the listening post. We may have the reconnaissance post come up pretty quickly. Wouldn't be surprised. ECM. Let's go. Let's pick up the first ECM. I probably need the first ECM for the special project to make it affect aliens to pop up.
Well, that is secure.
It's one of those odd situations where the ECM really isn't worth it to use against anything that isn't alien, and you need a special project to make it work against the aliens. I think we have the prerequisites for that already, though. Antimatter plasma core reactor complete. Cool. So I may want to replace that with a power type. Fusion reactor may make sense. ECM is complete. That's pretty cheap. We got that done. There is an argument to start raising the democracy in Russia. Yeah, there's an argument to raise the democracy in Russia, so drop off of unity, swap over to government. Not particularly fast, but we probably want the government... Again, we don't need the government very high, we want the government, like... what? 2.7? Right, so we want it to be a little less authoritarian, totalitarian, or we want it to be authoritarian, not totalitarian, is probably where we want to be. 3 points, so that support up to 5, we need to get up to 6.3 for integration. You need another 0.4 to do Nepal, Bangladesh. And the Bhutan's gonna take forever. But that's fair. And I probably am at the point where I can go ahead and move another one of you, another China into Republic of China. There we go. Yeah, probably could. Whether I should or not is a different question.
Making our case.
Where do you need me? I will tell our story.
Standing by.
No, I put you public campaign.
I will try to sway the public.
You're my alien
Ready
hunter.
for this.
Go hunt some aliens. Yeah, we've got this wonderful resource known as exotics that we'd like you to
We're going in.
take possession of. Once we're up in the 70s here, we'll start taking swings at these points. Which is one way, once we take over the EU, we could save some points by pushing Poland and Germany into them. Into the EU. Okay, we got U building. And U building, stream Mercury. And the Mercury ones. Okay, the Mercury ones don't have any mission control consumption. So, okay, so I've got an idea, or not mission control, boost. You got 39. I don't think this was actually eating any right now. Yeah, no. 39 minus 12. That leaves me with 27 available to spend. Tabs, us, Earth. We can see from here our boost consumption, right? Yeah. So most places are consuming 4. You're not consuming any. You're in intermediate orbit, so you're not where I want to spend it. We're in high, so you're not where I want to spend it. Low would be tempting. Could definitely toss something here pretty easily, say over at the quarters. Yeah, that would be 12 of my 39, so let's do one here. High doesn't count. Low has a level 2 admin tower. Okay. It's not working because the power, we don't have enough power here apparently. Upgrade the ring farm, upgrade the farm. Where's my power? Solar power, solar ray. Plus I need enough to bring you online, which is just another solar ray. Okay. Okay, so that should fix you. That's another 4. So 24 times 2. Probably squeeze one more. We might be a little close on the boost. Or can we upgrade a 4 to a 12? That'll work as well. Okay. Here we go. Don't have the power, so I'll need to get a solar farm going as well. And then we should have the power once the solar farm is done. Okay. And then that's all I can do until we generate more boost. And boost is reasonably expensive. Why are we... Need another 35 here, apparently, to get all the mission control. Oh, 5 short. There we go. Yeah, mission control is definitely not the thing we're concerned about not having enough of. A little bit of the boost is. I suppose I could just be buying... If I was real desperate for the boost, I could buy the boost. Okay, let's confirm assignments, let some time pass. Reconnaissance array. Set is favorite. I'm gonna have that overwrite the... No, we're gonna finish the space traffic control. That's 2 days out.
I will help them.
Now we have the nanofactory completed in Mercury orbit. So when places get destroyed at Mercury, we can place them immediately with tier 3. 20th of December, so it'll actually be done this month.
Public opinion is moving in our direction.
The people will come to our side.
We're winning their hearts and minds.
We're winning their hearts and minds.
Just dragging the alienation towards consumerism. Become consumers.
By the numbers.
Here's our reconnaissance array. Again, we're going to have to delay a little bit for the third tier to come up, and we're going to build the third tier. The knowledge priority is tempting. I think we're going to get that advanced chemical rockets going first, though. Although I will override that one for the tier 3 module. And there's the tier 3 module I said I'd override it for, so let's do that. Oof, 15,000. Although this is... We're going to build 3 of these. We're going to research this, we're going to build 3 of these, and we're going to forget about them from that point onward. Because I only need 3 of them. We don't need a lot of ops. Fusion reactor array complete. Okay, we'll go ahead and set this on the drive. Chemical rockets. Notice the antimatter drive pops up. It hasn't yet. Ultralight phaser cannon. That's good. Like to do that soon. We could. All our next generation ships probably want to be equipped with that.
Heading to the LZ.
Okay. Confirm assignments. Let time pass.
Lending my expertise.
Antimatter. Pulsed Plasma Core Lantern. Set as favorite. That's going to be the next drive we research. So 23rd January, that's what we're going to be working on. Antimatter Plasma Core Reactor. We'll need that as well. That's the next power plant for the antimatter stuff. Yes, you can learn how to misdirect based off of us. We're fine with you doing that.
Public sentiment is increasingly with us.
Public opinion is moving in our direction.
Public opinion is moving in our direction.
The people will come to our side.
Got cracked down in Kuwait.
Target secure.
Well, this is Red Fort Station. Arriving pretty close. Or pretty quickly. Red Fort, is that Earth or Mars? Probably Earth. Although it would be a thematic name for a Mars station. Red Fort Station. Low Mars orbit. Oh, they actually are going for the one at Mars. Interesting. Isn't that where my Martian fleet is currently parked? No. That's where my Martian fleet should be parked. They'll be there in 3.6 hours. Okay. Oh, and the fort just went like, no. Apparently didn't bring enough to even threaten the fort. Alien capital in Damascus falls. Aliens have advanced armies have advanced in the alien capital in Damascus. Leaders of the puppet human government there have either surrendered or fled to a new alien headquarters in Mosul. The temporary loss of control has led to increasing unrest and uprisings through the alien territory. Oh, Ghost Red Fort doesn't have a port. Nanofactory solar arrays. What did I build you for? Well, I must have just... Did I just take possession of this? And it's got a... Okay, it's got a manufactory up here. It's fine. It works. It's not my shipyard, obviously. It's not my Martian shipyard. That makes sense. Also explains why they picked to fight with it, because it's undefended. Other than its own guns. Advanced chemical rocketry is complete. 10% more boost priority. And then for that, we go into the antimatter pulsed plasma core, lantern drives. So it takes us to refuel one of these tanks is going to take us 60 days, so about 2 months per tank at our current production rate. Okay, well, we'll develop one of these drives and we'll see how effective that is from a fuel standpoint. I could definitely expand fuel production if we needed to do that. That's not a prohibitive problem.
At your service.
Okay, that is, I think, one tier 1 fuel maker for antimatter fuel. So
Going in hot.
yeah, so they've been reduced down to 2 regions.
Your orders?
Take a glimpse, see if there's any mining orgs. Yeah, not seeing any space mining orgs. We're seeing some boost orgs, but don't need boost. I need minerals. Need to turn boost into space resources. And you're in Investigate Science or Security realm, or will be next turn. Next cycle. If I come back to check on you, I probably won't. Command. Okay, all the way around. There we go. Confirm, let time pass.
Offering support.
New mine on Mercury. So you're providing us a good 20 nobles a month. That's nice and dandy, but I'd like more. So we're going to upgrade you to tier 2.
Move the needle.
Public sentiment is increasingly with us.
I feel like something keeps me along breaking my mission control. I'm not looking.
We're winning their hearts and minds.
Which honestly wouldn't be that hard to do, I suppose. Fusion reactor farm. Yeah, we're gonna want that.
Public sentiment is increasingly with us.
New ring core for low Earth orbit 1. Okay. Don't want to run more boost because I think we've already got it assigned to places. It is tempting to grab upgrade. I don't actually need the farm upgrade right now. We only got 400 something people here, right? Yeah. Okay, so we've got it upgraded. We might not do anything there for the moment. Although that might be where I put the listening posts, tier 3 listening posts.
Let's go on for the good guys.
Okay, did lose that point in Kuwait. It'll be easy enough to take back.
Targeting the opposition.
Where to? Gear up.
And you're investigate science and security. We'll do investigate, so you're just a little bit more likely to be aware of other counselors in your neighborhood. Oh, there's a space mining one. Just took that one little glimpse and like, there's one. 8% space mining up, although it is 9 boost. Oh, yeah, I'm over 1 over. That gives me the 3 to put the mining on you. We'll do that. Okay, and we're still on the lookout, obviously, for more mining orgs. We're up to 6 nobles a month. Again, we need like about 2,000 something to really build the fleet I'm looking for. So up to 6 nobles a day. Every little bit helps. Western Antarctic ice sheet collapsing. Okay. Your flooding is going to be more common.
Lending my expertise.
We're winning their hearts and minds.
The people will come to our side.
Public opinion is moving in our direction.
Target destroyed.
Our people have taken control.
We're back in control. New settlement core. Attempting to upgrade the mine. I don't have the boost for the admin tower, so we're gonna have to definitely hold the admin tower off. So upgrading the mine is how long? I had a quick build on. Okay, we've upgraded it. Problem solved. Don't need to debate it. It's been done. Whoops. A quick build on. So I was clicking it over so I'd see what the time was. I think it's like 30 or 60 days. So, and it's 0.6, 0.7 nobles a day, so it'll actually boost it by like 0.3. So short term that hurts, long term that's a definite benefit. Okay, I definitely have... I have the control points at this point. 8% base. I can crank that all the way up to 70. Yeah, it's time.
Going after
We're rolling into the EU.
I'm here.
On the identity blocks,
We're
2%.
taking power.
You're hitting the identity blocks for
Standing
70%.
Ready.
Ready.
You're stable, stable enough, stable enough, stable enough. Actually, if anything, you're unstable. Let's stabilize you a bit.
Restoring order.
Ham module complete. So that is, yeah, okay. So, this is definitely a play. Oh, actually, no, this is the place where it probably isn't worth upgrading. We're getting 2.8 or 2.5 nobles here. Like, that's fine. We took this because we could take this. The metal is nice, but we don't need to go above and beyond for much more than the metal. If it was nobles, we'd be rushing for it. Guildfight project is complete. Not going to immediately run to the second one on that. Do I start running to the next antimatter? Drive. Overframing appears to fear. Yeah, let's get our unlock chance boosted there. Okay, the question here is, did this give us claims? No. So I am at the point where we would have to liberate the Caliphate if I wanted to go that route. Now granted, I think the Caliphate will get everything. It might be a situation where it would take everything but the capital, and you have to then feed the capital back in. And then of course Caliphate, yeah, the Caliphate's got quite a big range, except not very much in Iran. A little bit in Iran. Yeah, that'll allow us to basically expand to the near east. All of North Africa? All of North Africa, yeah. We'll see how the break into... Whoops. We'll see how the break into Europe goes here. If it doesn't, I might take the moment to spool up the Caliphate. There's the Argus complex. Let's find the hab. Basically empty hab to be Argus complex location. Let's be a tier 3 hab in Leo orbit. That would work perfectly. And all we need is 3 Argus complexes. Complex 1. Can I get in how many can I have in the location? A hab may only have 1 of this type module. Okay, I can't put all 3 in the same place, but we want 3. We specifically want 3. So 3 I will have to... in this space here, so 3. You have the power to do that? No. So you need a solar power. Central farm. Easy enough. You don't have the power for that, so do a solar farm. And then if the other one didn't have the power for it, you're not going to have the power for it for do a solar farm. There we go! So when that comes online, we'll basically be able to know most of where all the councils are.
We've moved the needle.
Yeah, Mercury. Okay, we're being bombarded. Okay, so that's fine if that gets destroyed. How big is that alien fleet doing the bombardment? 10 small ships. So the poor marine missile group that we've got there is 6. Probably not enough tubes. Let's be fair. Probably not enough tubes to delete this. On the other hand, it is replaceable. We'll do an engagement here. I gotta save a little bit of fuel for the light backup.
The people will come to our side.
And we're gonna do an auto resolve. We do damage, we do a lot of damage. And we do lose the fleet. That's kind of believable and expectable. Okay. Okay, that has saved the base temporarily. The alien fleet has faced us in battle, and I think their response to that is to leave for home. Oh, this is the fleet. What are you off to doing?
Their control is vulnerable.
Okay, crackdown did succeed. Coming for the party in Iran. Yeah, they're here. They're just chilling. They're too damaged to do a ground bombardment, apparently. Okay. Oh, and officially we're technically at total war. So the aliens have had enough with me. Fair enough. Okay, so let's no, we'll wait until we either have the 2.3 thousand that I need or the antimatter pulse done, so we can take a look at least which of those would be the most sensible for Mercury fleet.
Wrapping up here.
Laying the groundwork.
Coup in Brazil. Okay. Based on the fact that wasn't a complete flip, leads me to believe that was
We're in
probably
control here.
a natural coup. I didn't know better. Okay, we got the first point.
Reporting in.
Trade unions are next.
Applying pressure on their people.
What's the op? Terminating the opposition.
We'll see how that break-in and the rest of it goes. Augment. Command. Okay. Yeah, no luck on there. One of them in here provides a calendar. This button leads to a calendar. In-game calendar also tells us if I can figure out how to find it. That's what I'm looking for. I suppose I could look at the global. Climate change is getting worse. Not surprising. We've been doing stuff to mitigate it, but not that much stuff to mitigate it. Actions, aliens. Monthly ledger. Or no, the calendar. Calendar. So the calendar in here, in theory, tells us when the org marketplace resets. So we're on the 1st of April. Okay. The org marketplace will refresh on the 15th. So I can say, for example, set an alarm for the 15th, so it reminds me to go check the orgs at that time. Random crackdown in the middle of the nation? Interesting. Not anything I'm too concerned about. The economy contracts and just like, nope, you lose that point. Okay, that's a bit mean.
Offering counsel.
Yeah, basically consolidated my point into the other 4 points. Okay. Autonomous research group is done. Don't think I need a bootstrap, although we favorited this for a reason. We're in a situation we want a bootstrap. We probably want that tech. We'll get that impact on national public opinion.
Order is returning.
Public opinion remains unmoved.
We're winning their hearts and minds.
Neutralize their key people.
That's one of the... Okay, so we're just waiting for the mine to complete at this point. Taking back to Earth. Initiative alert. Okay. So that was reminding me that the org's just refreshed. Yeah, no mining orgs. So we can come back up. Calendar next month. Org marketplace update. Is that an alarm for that? Ooh, gain the declining traits. One of our counselors has officially decided he's old. Investigation command. Age is taking its toll. Does that permanently reduce his max on the investigate? It has. Okay, so I should be mentally prepared for we got another one, another retirement coming up. Okay. Probably didn't favorite the XP ones. There's one with the XP. It's 40 XP. That'll be tempting. Project review. No. It's the Russia expand. May want that. This, I think this might be a mining org that spools off, so we probably actually do want to research that for the org. Crash training, yep. Oh, and we need that for cadre development programs, so we'll put that near the top. When we care about the officers, we'll be wanting that. Of course, caring about the officers is way off in the future. Oh, this infrared stuff's obsolete. That point defense turret. Point defense arc's obsolete. Infrared's obsolete. There we go. I think that's probably the last of the missing XP ones I should probably get sooner rather than later. I think this one was the cheaper one. Figure out where it was. Mining management. Crash training. Yeah. Oh no, I should do that after here. Appeals to that. Okay. Next one was training simulations for 10,000 or onboarding injections for 10,000. Okay, so we'll do this one for 10,000. There we go. Okay, so Academy took that point. We'll be able to purge them out of it pretty quickly. We'll just delay taking more of Europe.
We've removed some threats.
Cracking down.
Acknowledged.
Put us
Removing
back
our
in control real
enemies.
quick. Coming up, and probably a good place to put a pun of the part break. In the next one, we're going to get the antimatter pulsed plasma core lantern, and we'll be able to evaluate whether or not that is a viable engine replacement for the H. Orion drive. Even if it's well, it only needs to really be viable for Mercury and Mars. So basically, if it's a viable short-range drive, that'll be fine. So what, that's 1.1 million thrust? What is that comparing up to the H. Orion? Oh, the H. Orion was 24 million. Okay. So it may have a little bit of a thrust competition problem with H. Orion. Although H. Orion was probably faster than we needed. We were fine on the Orion drive. The Orion drive was 16,000. Yeah. Okay. It'll probably be good enough. But we'll probably be running into that one next one. We'll get Orion back. We're going to continue to chip away at the EU. I don't think it's going to shrink so much that we get kicked out of the EU again, and it should be doable to push through the rest of the EU, given time and space. And yeah, it's tempting to kick the Caliphite out, but I think we're in a position where we can just roll over the rest of the EU. Roll the EU, then we'll do the Caliphite, and then we'll sort of try to merge the area into the Caliphite. And yeah, that's the plan. So, if you're watching on YouTube, there will be a part up tomorrow. If you're watching on Twitch, I hope you've been enjoying. We're going to be taking a short break so I can get up and stretch the legs, drink what's left of my tea, and probably replace it with a different drink for the third part. And then we'll be back to record one more part. So, if you're watching, or hope you've been enjoying wherever you're watching. And until next time, I wish you all the best of luck and a good time. Catch you all in the next part, and bye for now.